schedule of quantities for selected trades on Microsoft Excel, like it's appropriate software to do that. So as you all know, of course is QS 6017, measurement or estimation of small buildings. So my name is Ekam. So moving to the next slide. So what is mainly schedule of quantities for selected trades which we have to do in our construction, whether it's like a small building or we are doing a big or large project. But today we have to talk for small buildings, because like schedule of quantities is a much important for the estimation for small buildings. So in Microsoft Excel, we have to welcome to our comprehensive guide on creating schedule of quantities for selected trades using Microsoft Excel. So my presentation will walk you through the process from basic concepts to practical implementation on our schedule of quantities. So it was like a definition. So moving to the next slide. So what is main introduction to schedule of quantities? So what is definition like? It's like a detailed list of materials, equipments, labors, or the main important thing which we have to use in our construction project, and the schedule of these things required for construction projects. So main purpose or importance we can say for this is it helps in accurate cost or budget which we have to implement in our project. So planning it and allocating all the resources for this project. So what are components? SOQ, schedule of quantities, includes item descriptions, quantities, units, and sometimes rates and amount, whether it goes up or down. Everything we can get in our schedule of quantities. So this was the definition, purpose, and components for this. So moving to the next slide, which is measurement and cost estimation for small building. So mainly what should be the techniques? There are many techniques, but we have to use the techniques in Microsoft Excel using the laser measures, tape measures, and digital tools for accurate dimensions. So can you see this tool? It's called a laser measure tool. So by this we can measure with technology, and there are many more digital tools for accurate dimensions. So what are the cost estimation methods? Apply unit cost, each and every unit cost, or square foot or parametric estimation methods for small buildings. So software integration utilizing a BIF software and Excel for precise measurements for cost calculations. So moving to next slide. Process of developing schedule of quantities using Microsoft Excel. So we have to create a template, set up Excel sheets with appropriate columns for item description, quantities, and units which we have to use in our construction project. Input all the data, enter construction details, measurements, and materials specification into the template. Apply formulas. There are basic formulas which we have to apply for easier schedule. Use Excel functions to calculate quantities, costs, and totals automatically, and it's a like easy process, guys. We can do like it's very easy in Microsoft Excel to do it, because we have a basic and simple formulas. If we can remind that, we can do a schedule very accurate. Review. Then after that we have to review it and finalize it that it is correct or not. So double check all the entries, adjusting, formatting, and prepare the final schedule of quantities document. Moving to next slide. Measurements and qualifications. So linear measurements use meters or feet or lengths, heights, and depths of building. Area calculation, how we can calculate the area, measure square meters or feet for flooring, walls, or roofs materials. Volume estimation. If they like concrete or any other material, how we have to calculate the volume. Calculating cubic meters for yard for concrete, excavation, and fill material. Quantity takeoffs. Count individual items, specifically like doors, windows, and fixtures for accurate quantification. Moving to my next slide is importance of accurate measurement. Why the accurate measurements are important? Cost control. Precise measurement lead to accurate cost estimation, preventing budget overrun. Project planning, accurate quantities ensure proper resource allocation and scheduling. Client trust. We have to build a trust for the client that we are providing a good schedule of quantities and good bill of quantity which is accurate. So detailed and correct SOQ builds credibility with clients and stakeholders. So abstracting quantities. We have to identify elements, break down the building into measurable components, apply formulas as we earlier discussed, use standard calculation methods to determine quantity. So consider waste. If anything is waste, we like any material is waste, we have to consider it also, because add appropriate wastage factors to count for material loss during construction. And last, we have to compile data, organize abstracted quantities in Excel, categorizing by trade. Moving to next slide. Calculating material, equipment, and labor quantities. So this is table, you can all see this. These are categories: materials, equipment, labor. These are the calculation method. If material, area, volume plus wastage, hours of operation for equipment. If we are using any equipment, we have to calculate it our how much time it worked. Like like for example, there was a project of city rail expansion in New Zealand. So they borrowed a TBM machine, tunnel boring machine from Japan. So how much time it will be operated? So we have to calculate it also, hours of operation. But it is like for large building, so not much appropriate for small buildings. So but labor, man hours per task. Excel function, some product, some if we look, and some product if. So moving to next slide, it's my conclusion. So in conclusion, efficiency. Excel-based SOQ streamline the estimation process, saving time and reducing the errors. Accuracy. Proper measurement techniques and abstraction methods ensure precise quantity which we want. So efficiency and accuracy is must. Like if I talk about the effective setup and utilization of an Excel spreadsheet for measurement and quantification is essential. Abstracting quantities and calculating costs systematically, we can ensure that project budgets are adhered to and resources are allocated efficiently or effectively. So the resources should be allocated efficiently and effectively. Ultimately, a well-organized spreadsheet enhances productivity and contributes to a project overall success. The project should be overall success only if we will do a good and accurate SOQ schedule of quantities and bill of quantities by providing a reliable framework for tracking and analyzing critical financial and operational data. So these are my references. As like there's a one book, Popular Construction Estimating Using Excel by Stephen J. Peterson. So he also gave many sources to conclude this. So Building Construction Principle, Material and System by Madan Mehta. So these are my online sources: Microsoft Excel official tutorial, software Microsoft Excel, and Autodesk BIM 360. So these are my references, guys. So thank you. So do you guys have any
Thank you, Ekam. So roughly 1 minute before you finish, so almost 1 minute. So you'll lose slightly a marks for the timing. Okay, however, it was good, right, but hasn't gone into the depth. However, so I'll let me check your understanding, right, in depth. What are the main columns and their names you see in a standard BOQ, and what is their purpose?
main columns. You're talking about in project or the main points in a in a BOQ.
So first of all, how do you prepare a BOQ? It's a table form, right?
It like a table form
Yeah.
here.
So what are the headings of that table?
So
And
the
what is
headings
their
are like.
purpose? Yeah.
So first of all, it's like earthwork, formwork, these things. How much quantities of any resources which are which we got in that. So it is described by BOQ. So the main columns are at each and every resources of material, labors or equipments which should be organized in a well method.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you calculate the rate for a particular quantity with an example?
Which type of quantity it should
That's up to you. Anything.
like-
Tell me an example. How do you calculate the rate?
rate? So like if we are like if we want a rate of concrete, so how much concrete do we want in our project? So
I'm
we
not asking about the quantity. I'm asking
About
the
the amount.
rate.
Amount?
Rate. The cost per meter cube.
cost per cost of the like if we want cost of the concrete, so how much concrete is used in. So first we have to assess the quantity of it, then we can assess the cost of in a simpler process we have to calculate the concrete in a short, that we have to assess it by in a linear form. So yes sir.
So tell me some advantages or the purpose of preparing BOQ in the construction industry.
We get accurate cost and there are less risks of budget overruns if it should be accurate scheduled. Bill of quantities is also scheduled properly before after schedule of quantities SOQ. The bill of quantities is made. So it is very important because there are many advantages, because the project should be have very less risks in it, because we have to build client trust by making a bill of quantities, because client also want bill of quantities for building his trust and putting accurate all costs of each and